Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I feel like at this point we should know that I'm always gonna be a couple minutes late. I'm gonna go ahead and start inviting people. Just going down the list to invite all the peeps. Da 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 da. And this is gonna be safe, so you can definitely watch this later. I am about to get started. I have 2 lives tonight. Because Friday nights are my live nights for my parties. So I even printed my document this time. I probably should have printed it in bigger, like, font or ink or whatever. But I hope y'all are having a great day, and we're going to get started. Now, this training, I literally thought it was going to take me like just a page to write, and I actually kind of went on 3 pages, which should still be about the same amount of time. But let's get started. So I technically promoted to director in 3 months. So what happened prior and how did I get there? I gave up on my business in October. The quotations are there for a reason. I could not figure out how to manage my business with my life. Like, I'm a teacher and working on getting my master's, which none of those are easy, y'all. Like, being 100% real with you. I was getting up at 5 a.m. and going to bed around 9 p.m. at night. I was exhausted. I was mentally and physically drained, okay? I felt at that point that there was no time in the day. I was still trying to get like about 8 hours of sleep. So on and so forth. I mean, of course, some nights I would stay up, but either way, like, not the point. My teaching job was and has been extremely draining, 100%. It has never been, I don't think, this draining ever. Like, ever, ever, ever. Literally, I would probably get there around 6 a.m. and leave around 5 p.m., not to mention any work that I was taking home or homework I had to do for school, or if I had class that night. And then I got COVID at the end of September, beginning of October. I was already kind of faltering in September. Like, September, like, your fall sales are, like, your best. That was the only thing keeping me afloat, to be honest, because fall is perfection, to say the least. So when I got COVID and lost my sense of smell, I was like, well, fuck this shit. Pardon my French. How the hell am I supposed to smell goods if I can't smell? And not only that, fall was like my favorite time of the year. Like, I love fall scents, y'all. 100%. Like, I was so excited for this year. Or this past year. So I also fell into depression. I was just struggling all around, y'all. There was just so much stuff going on that it was just a daily WTF type situation. And December came and I knew something really had to change. Like, the depression was bad. I was not happy anymore, and I had to figure out how to get happy again. I had to figure out what makes me happy in general, what is draining me, if I can fix what is draining me, or if we got to make a whole entire lifestyle change, right? So, my Scentsy room, because this is my office, this isn't my Scentsy room. I'm very blessed to have like a large working space in this area, where we live. But I do know, and I have been at one point with no working space, right? I definitely recommend getting one of those like 15 drawer carts, and you can roll and work with it as much as you can, right? So, for 3 months, I had club orders, any LTOs, or just any products. Like, I'm probably going to want this whenever it drops, or whenever I can smell again, or this warmer is bomb, or just pretty much anything, because I do have a spitting problem. I'm not going to lie, okay? But my room is literally filled with boxes, y'all. There's like a whole video on my TikTok. And, you could pretty much not walk in there. Which was like making it even worse and making me not want to work because I can't work. Like, don't get me wrong, there's like a difference between messy and not being able to work, and that was not being able to work situation. I just did not have time. I felt as though I did not have time. I kept making every single freaking excuse of, I do not have time. I mean, that's legit. I found every single freaking excuse. When I was messaging with Chloe, I found every single excuse. I don't have time. And don't get me wrong, I was working that entire time. From 5 a.m. to 9, I was freaking working. That's legit. So, with all this stuff going on, I had to figure out what my next steps were. Despite everything, even when I go through my depressive episodes and I don't want to talk to anybody, Cincy has always made me excited. Like, I literally the past couple of days when I've been having a really shit day and I start reaching out to my customers or I go live and my people will get on there and we're just talking, we're just chatting, I'm showing them the house, I'm showing them my freaking rooms. Like, what is this? That brings me happiness. 100%. So the reason why I said I promoted to director in 3 months is because in December I got paid as a certified consultant. I was a damn star consultant, y'all. And Lord Almighty knows when the last time I got paid as a star consultant. Probably the month I promoted, which was in May. So, I had to rebuild my relationships, y'all. They were deteriorating. In September, they started deteriorating. The only thing that was showing up is I would post, oh my gosh, look at all these cute stuff coming. And my people would show up because they want the cute stuff. And they want to support me. But I wasn't really gaining new clientele. Like, I was asking the same people over and over to host parties. Like, it was trash. So I sat down and I spent a week, y'all. A whole week. My husband bought me some bookshelves. He helped me organize some things. But I had to spend a week clearing my space and figuring out, like, and during that week I was watching a ton of training videos. I'm sorry, I know I'm cussing a lot. I'm trying to refrain from it. I was watching training videos left and right. I watched Guide to Growth. Whenever Chloe went did a training when I was on winter break, I was on that training because she usually does it during the days. So I said, we got to figure something out. I need to figure out how to work my business again. So I began reaching out to people, but really not in order. It's just reaching out to people in general, like to build that relationship, and to really get to know them again and what's been going on in their life. I think one of the other like biggest shocking moments, and I've shared this before, is whenever I would try to get like 2K in sales, back when I wasn't really working my business, I was just asking. I wasn't like really getting to know my people, and this girl was about to have a baby. Like, literally about to have a baby. And I didn't know that. So that was embarrassing. And that was kind of like a big reality check. I began posting daily in my VIP page. I began asking people to host. And I'm telling them how it helps me and them. Like, I'm being real. Like, I really need you to host because it's going to help me grow my clientele. But you're also going to get some Scentsy and I'm going to spoil you. So, 100% real. But my people know me as that. Like, I've always been 100% real with them. January, I got paid as a lead consultant. So, certified consultant in December, January, lead consultant. And I still was not doing enough. I was showing up more. I was creating those consistent behaviors, but I wasn't, like, doing as much as I could. So I had 7 parties that month, did a little over 2K in sales by the skin of my teeth, y'all. I had to fight for that on like the last like hour. Not even kidding you. And I got 2 new clubbers that month, which was really exciting. I started sharing at work. I was so scared, y'all, to share at work. I felt like people would judge me and I didn't want to do that. Things out of fear that stops you from doing great things. Lord Almighty knows. February is when the changes actually really started happening, though, even more. I literally signed up for World Tour last minute. I really kept telling myself I can't do it. Like, I don't have time. Like, despite, like, wanting to create that change and wanting this to be something, like, for real, I kept telling myself I did not have time. And I sat there, and I'm pretty sure I watched a training with Amber, and it said, do it scared, or do it out of, and stuff like that. And I said, screw that. I'm going to make damn time. I need to be there. I felt like I needed to be there. And around that time point, Trinity joined. And Trinity brought up World Tour. I didn't even say anything to her. This girl brought it up herself, okay? And so she went with me, which was so fun. Like, we really, like, got to bond. We talked about the things. I felt like I took even more away with having another person there. So that day my business really changed. That day really helped set me up for the success and taught me things that I needed. And as a teacher, I like to do like an exit ticket, like what is one takeaway from today? And I had a couple takeaways, but mainly dealing with scheduling and trying to figure out how the hell I'm supposed to work this business when I'm going from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night, right? I'm already exhausted. I ain't got time. I was telling myself I ain't got time. But when they say leaders are born at events, there's no, they don't lie. There's something about events that change your whole world. And I don't know what it is. It lights a fire in your soul. It's hard to describe. And so I started recruiting people. And maybe more because I was intentionally recruiting people when I was building relationships. I was sharing my success. I was asking people, even re-asking people that I've asked previously, like not like back to back, like, oh, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago asking. No, but people that we've had a conversation about months and months ago. I even asked hosts to join when we were closing out their parties. My biggest takeaways, though, from World Tour was Amy and the Daily Power Hour. When I say that changed and shifted, like, the whole process, like, I'm not even kidding y'all. I know you hear me talk about this all the time, but this seriously was a huge game changer for my business. Like, I talk about it because something so simple can seriously change your life. No lie. 100%. So, I began waking up at 3 a.m. and going to sleep at 11 p.m. I told myself in January, you are leaving teaching. Like, that was what I said to myself. I told myself I have to do this, and I have to do it scared. There's no more bullshit. There's no more lies. There's no more, not lies, but no more telling myself I don't have time. So I made the sacrifice. And one thing I do not hear much is the sacrifice portion of this side. You want to live in like this comfortable bubble. And I get it. It's comfortable, especially when you've had a chaotic life. Like a bubble that just everything stays the same and nothing changes. Like it feels amazing, okay? You want the success to come to you while still doing the bare minimum. And you're telling yourself you're not doing the bare minimum, but you're most likely doing the bare minimum. I don't know how else to explain it to you, because once I realized that, it was another big game changer. And that cannot happen, y'all. You can't do the bare minimum and be successful. It happens once in a lifetime, but you're not going to have consistent success. And that's just 100% like facts right there. So I came home from that training, World Tour, and downloaded Amy, started printing off my daily power hour, and went to work. I set boundaries. I would wake up at 3 a.m. and get ready for the day and sit down at 4:30 a.m. And the first thing I would do that day is I would record my numbers from the previous day. Y'all need to be recording numbers daily. I know I was doing it last week where I was reminding y'all. And I don't know if y'all got into the habit, but if you have not, you need to get into the habit. You need to record your numbers daily. This is no joke. This will change your life. This will change how you're working your business. When you're making those 5 minutes, and it doesn't even take 5 minutes to sit down and write on a piece of paper, log in a workstation, or your PRV, TWV, active frontline and all that other stuff. It does not take that much time. And especially if you print off that planner or you already have that planner, it's already there for you. You just got to quickly fill it in. Then I would set up my party post for the day, and I would set up my daily power hour using Amy to be intentional with it. I was, and I still am, reaching out to about 20 people a day. And that's not just like host, ask, or host, purchase, join stuff. It's reaching out to them. It's a little reminder like, hey, I haven't talked to so-and-so in a while. Let me go ahead and check in with them. And it's not just about Scentsy, y'all. And do not get me wrong. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Some days I don't get to it. There is just some days like I can literally set up my daily power hour and it'd be a shitstorm of a day and I don't get to it. It is what it is. But you know what I do the next day? I keep that same daily power hour list and I reach out to 5 to 10 more people. I sit down and whatever the hell is going on, I say, let's get this done. Okay? Okay? Like, you have to do this, y'all. You can't sit here and show up like once a week or once every other couple weeks or every couple days. Like, you have to be consistent. Like, this is no lie. Like, I'm being real with y'all. If y'all want that growth, this is what's gonna have to happen. And this isn't easy, guys. Like, do I get to work this whenever I can or whenever I need to or wherever I'm at? Yes, 100% I get to work this business wherever I'm at. I can figure out times to budget it into my day with my chaotic lifestyle, which is phenomenal. But I still have to work, right? So I set up days to talk about certain things in my stories. Speaking of stories, people want to hear your voice. They want to see you. They want to know what's going on in your life. And do not make it all about Scentsy and just be posting photos of Scentsy products. Don't do that. Talk about the products. And I know sometimes I do that. It's a busy day and I'll just go ahead and post so I have something in my story. But I still talk about it eventually. I set up days to get hosts. I set up days to ask people to join. I'm just very, very like, this is what it needs to be. Here. Here should be my focus. So I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off because, you know, there's so many things going on in my head and you're going, oh, no, what to do with it. So after doing all that, in February, I started doing text parties. And those were really, those were really great at first. And then they kind of started dying down a little bit. But in February, so this is a huge, like barely made 2K by the skin of my teeth. I did 4.8K in sales. 3 recruits, 9 parties, 3 active frontline, and promoted to superstar consultant. So I kept this rolling, right? I repeated these steps in March, and I printed a tracker to help me stay on task. And like I also got these shared in the album, the trackers. Like, if you're wanting to promote to this, you should try to have this many in sales by this time period, yada yada. In March, I got 5K in sales, 4 recruits, 8 parties, 7 active frontline, 3 clubbers, and promoted to director. Like 3 new clubbers. Now in April was a slow month for me. I literally went through another bout of depression, but I still stayed consistent. I know that sounds weird. So I did 3K in sales, 2 new teamies, 10 parties, 6 active frontline, and earned annual sales. I don't know what it was for me last month, but my parties just did not do well. And I know it wasn't like my host in general. It was just my parties were not doing well. But y'all, it's about consistency. I really can't say that enough. Like, even if you're barely getting sales, you still need to show up. We've all been there. Those people that are successful now in this business, like, have all been there. You have to start somewhere. You have to build the foundation. You have to lay brick by brick. Like, point of the Brick by Brick challenge. I didn't even realize I was going to say that, but literally, it's one step at a time. It's one thing of consistency every single day. It's choosing yourself every single day. It's setting schedules in a busy lifestyle. It's keeping your eye on the goal and what you want to do and why you want to do it. It's doing follow-ups. It's having sacrifices, y'all. If you're going to make a change in your life and you're going to want to do this full time or have financial freedom or any of that, you're going to have to make sacrifices. Anything that can alter your life comes with sacrifices, but they also come with rewards. You need to show up on the days you don't want to. Y'all, I'm telling you, there are days I don't want to show up almost every single day this week because I'm drowning in my finals. It's been testing. There was a whole situation at school. There's just been a whole bunch of stuff coming at me left and right, and I didn't want to do it. And then you know what's funny though? When I did it and I was having those conversations and I was going live, those were the happiest moments. Straight up, real talk. So, and I'm not saying that this is a one-size-fit-all plan. I'm not saying this. But if you stay with it, it will work. As long as you work. I already said this, but you can't just choose to pick and work one day a week. You have to get up and do it. I can tell you all day, every day, how to be successful. But if you don't implement it, I don't know what else I can do, you know? And like, you gotta do it every single day. There's always going to be an excuse. Always an excuse. Life is made up of excuses. But you're gonna have to ignore them. You have to want it. There's a difference between thinking you want it and actually wanting it. You also have to work. You need to ask people to party. You need to tell them why they need a party so they can get more free and half off Scentsy and they can help you out. People want to help people. Okay? You got to share that opportunity and you need to also do it one-on-one. You need to have those conversations. Tell them how this business is changing your life. How it is, how it's going to, how you plan on it changing your life, how it already has changed your life. And you also need to build relationships in the community. You can't do this without building relationships. You can, but again, there will be no consistency. There will be no sales consistency. There will be no hosting consistencies. If people think you're only looking at them as a credit card, they're not going to want to continue to purchase from you. So, I know that's long-winded. That's how I promoted to director in 3 months. And I honestly didn't think it, I thought I would do it in June or by June, and it happened in 3 months. We were not ready, but we made ourselves ready. We adjusted, we adapted, we kept doing things that worked and kept trying even if things didn't work to see if they were still going to work. And once we realized they didn't work, then we readapted. So, on that note, I'm going to get off of here and charge my phone a little bit and do some reach outs and get ready for my lives tonight. So, I will see y'all later. Bye.